Hey, this is John Carlos, and I'm here with a look at the new Diamond Select Marvel Select Wolverine figure. I don't review Marvel Select figures, but I felt compelled to review this one because I think they really did step up their game compared to what they've been doing in the last few years. I thought the Chitauri figure in the Avengers line was pretty weak. The Iron Man 2 figures really bummed me out in how simple and poorly painted they were. I didn't even bother with the Iron Man 3 figures. That's how lame I thought they were, but this is definitely a step up for them. You can just see like the paint just in like his shoulder and pec area. They're using like 2 tones of skin tone, let alone like the chest hair and the arm hair on this figure is pretty good. But you can see like this 2-tone paintwork all along his arm, all along his shoulder, and that really does give definition on top of the blatant like paint definition that they're using like in his stomach area. You could see it in his back area quite a bit. And even his pants have good like paintwork. I hope the camera can read the like these sort of brown spots. Overall, this all turned out pretty good. Now what really sells me on this figure is the Hugh Jackman likeness. Considering how popular the character is, there aren't a lot of great Wolverine Hugh Jackman figures out there. Toy Biz did their lousy X-Men 1 and 2 figures, and then Diamond Select did an X-Men Origins figure, which was pretty good, but I just couldn't bring myself to get an X-Men Origins figure. But this is pretty good. I think this is one of the better ones I've ever seen, not counting a Hot Toys figure, which is probably your best bet for a Wolverine figure that has a good head. The figure comes with 3 heads, and this is the second head, and I really like this one a lot. I think the eyebrows are perfect. That is absolutely Hugh Jackman's Wolverine arched eyebrows. I also like the sculpting of the furrowed brow, and I really urge you to look at like the 2-tone paint being used along the forehead. That, along with the sculpt around the nose and mouth, and the teeth and the gum line, I think this is just an absolutely great head sculpt. This is the 3rd head, and it is not as successful as the first 2. I think the open mouth yelling was a great idea, and they did a great job with the open mouth and the tongue and the teeth sculpt. I just think they kind of lost it on the eyes. The other 2 figures had really great eyeballs, and these come off as kind of cartoony, a bit too much. But I think all 3 did a really great job on sculpting the hair, and the other 2 head sculpts are pretty much the main reason to get this figure. Now this figure comes with some pretty cool accessories, including this samurai sword and alternate hands with claws, because duh, it's a Wolverine figure. Now, a little spoiler alert if anyone out there is watching this but hasn't seen the movie yet, the bone claws make an appearance, and here he is with the bone claws. One thing that I really like about this is that they sculpted it with the hands out and not the closed fist, which is something you hardly see anymore. It's a little weird that that one's kind of bent downward though. Here he is with the bone claws. Here he is with the sword. And here he is with the metal claws. There are more complex figures out there, and this is just a guy with no shirt on. And a figure this simple shouldn't be this enjoyable, and what's funny to me is that it really is. And I think that's due to the face sculpt and the great paint. Now, Marvel Select has been kind of hit and miss with me in the past. I think the Avengers Hawkeye figure and Hulk were good, but the Chitauri and the Iron Man 2, and especially the Iron Man 3 figures are a big letdown. I think the face sculpts of Tony and Rhodey from Iron Man 3 and 2 were kind of embarrassing, but these are something to be proud of. These are a huge step up and are a really great achievement in 7-inch scale. I think the articulation on the figure is really good, especially the double jointed knees. I only wish he had double jointed elbows. But other than that, I think the sculpting of the veins on the arm and the sculpting of the abs, the paint on the pants, the paint on the face, this is a great figure. Thanks for watching.